how are you? It's Casey. I'm back again today with another iMac repair video. So this is another one that a customer has sent to me because she cannot get the iMac to work. Basically, what she told me is that the iMac is not working and she may have used glue to try to fix it, and that may have damaged the Mac altogether, and we may need an entirely new Mac. So let's see what's happening. Again, I'm not sure if this doll is a custom or where she came from. So the letter from the customer just says it's an Ashton Drake Blythe doll in separate pieces. I've taken her apart for your ease in diagnosing what needs fixing. If you can or cannot fix her, let me know at your earliest. However, if you do decide to fix her, I'd like an estimate prior to you fixing or doing any additional work. I'd like a new articulated body if you do decide to take on this project. Furthermore, if you could also return any unused parts as well, it would be much appreciated. Thank you for your time and efforts. So that's a great letter because it brings up a couple different things that I will mention about the process of having me. Oh my goodness, this is hair. Whoa, Nelly. Look at that. It's like Raggedy Ann style almost. My goodness. It brings up a couple things about my process. So the service that these customers purchase in my shop, I think I have it now around it's $38. And it comes with basically repairing the doll as is with the parts received, and it also includes shipping the doll back. So for $38, you get your doll as is repaired and sent back to you. However, if you want to add anything like a body or an iMac, and I have those parts and they need to be replaced, then those are additional charges. But I don't do that until I have let the customer know, what needs to be done. And if there's an additional charge over the $38 that you pay originally for this service, then I will let you know before doing it. So anyway, here she is. So I think this might have been maybe the customer customized her. Not sure. Look at that hair. My goodness. So Ashton Drake dolls are not my favorite to customize because they have a dome on the top, and a lot of times they're harder to take apart. The plastic is also different in my experience. I've done a couple of them. It seems a bit harder. So anyway, the mech does look like it's mangled. So seeing this is called the C-bar. Seeing that off worries me. And there seem to be pieces flying. So I have a feeling we are going to have to, so the C-bar is broken off. We've got a lot of glue happening around the eyeballs, so that's going to be an issue. So I think we are going to have to replace the mech. I'm going to see what I have and make sure it will fit first, and let the customer know that if we do replace it, that also means we're going to probably need new eyelashes, and I don't know if she wants this to be painted similar to the way it is right now. So let me grab an iMac. Let's see if we can put one in and at least get the doll working, and then we'll let the customer know if she needs to buy the Mac. So let me grab one of those. So here we have a replacement Mac. The main issue is going to be that the replacements that I have don't come with eyes inserted in them, so I'm not sure if she's going to want factory type eyes or some resin eyes, but we can figure that out later. so let's get this mech in here. And we're gonna put it together and see if we can get it to work. Now, she only had one string in here, but no screw. So I think we're going to have to make sleep eyes. So let's add a string on there, and then that way we'll at least make sure it's working. Let me grab my strings. Okay, so again, I just want to make sure she's working before we let the customer know anything. So let's just tie on a white string for now. Can always change the color later if she wishes. And we will have to put the T-bar on. And hopefully it's not damaged in any way. So the T-bar is bent. It's not hitting the little things it needs to hit. So let's see if we can just bend it without breaking it. So these are the factory eyelashes, and she may choose just to leave those in since the lashes on the other are damaged, but we'll see. So it looks like the mech is working. So I don't think we're even gonna mess with this one. I think it's too damaged, especially on the eyeball itself. It looks like the glue really damaged the plastic there. There's also a broken piece here. I'm not sure where that came from. So I'm gonna go ahead and put all her pieces back in this little bag, and we can fix that. And let her know that she's at least going to have to get the iMech. And then I'm actually out of jointed bodies right now. I've been waiting on restock orders forever. Today we are at the end of May. And I've been waiting on lots and lots of restock supplies for my shop, including bodies. So we'll have to check with her on that as far as if we can wait on that body, and also the eyes. So I'm gonna send her a message, see what she'd like to do at this point, and then we can go ahead and finish this doll up. So I'll be back after I hear from her. All right, everyone, so we're back with this doll. I took a break from working on her because her owner wanted to change her body to a jointed body, and I was currently out of stock. I actually have been out of stock of a lot of things in my shop. Due to the pandemic, it's been hard to get supplies and restock. So I did finally get a bunch of supplies in the mail today or this week and restock a bunch of things in my shop. So I'm grateful for that. The other thing is I wanted to talk with her, the owner of the doll, about what eye chips she might want. And so she had a whole bunch of suggestions, and I have them all made up here. And she asked me to choose. So we're gonna kind of look at them together and we'll see what we all think, and give her a suggestion. And then we're gonna put the jointed body on. So the one thing that I didn't discuss with her and didn't think about was that her original iMech was painted and this one is not. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the doll together, and if she decides that she wants the mech painted, well then we'll have to discuss it with her. And I apologize for all the noise. It seems every time I start a video, yard work starts happening or my neighbors start making noise, so it might be a noisy end to this video. So let's go ahead and put her together. I haven't altered the eye, I haven't boggled the eyes yet, and I think I'm going to, just so those lids go back a little bit for her, and hopefully she'll like that. So first we got to take the mech out and remove a little of that plastic, just a little bit, so that the eyes are not facing down. So let me grab my tool for that. The first thing is we have to take the T-bar off again and get that mech out of there to remove that plastic. So her eyes are changing, and so that's great. So let's put in some eye chips. Now, remember, this is her hair, and her owner really likes purple. So we have some purple options. And of course, eye chips are always personal preference, so I don't want to impose, but she asked me to choose. And so I'll tell you that my preference typically are darker eye chips. I just think that they give the doll a more innocent look, so I definitely am going to want to choose a couple of the dark pairs. But I also really like this pair with the hair, and she did really like purple. I also like green a lot with the hair. That one might be a good one. The other thing that I personally feel is that eye chips that are very light, like these ones, don't look as good in the forward facing position. They kind of, to me, make the doll look a little bit like a zombie. So if I'm going to use a lighter pair, I usually will put them in a side facing position. So let's try these ones. So I think with her hair that will look great. And then we'll pick one of the darker pairs to go in a forward facing position. And the darker pairs we have, these actually are very dark gray with some realistic design in it, although it's hard to see. These are just plain solid dark gray. And this is really actually a brown, so there's a little more dimension in that one. I mean, I really like all of them, honestly, but I think I like these best, so let's put those ones in. Let's see what they look like. So I like those dark eyes. We have another side facing. Let's try these ones that kind of are like a green and orangey color. And these ones I want to put through like this. I think that's how I want them to be. Let me upside down. So I like those a lot. And she did want purple, so let's choose the darker purple. Well, let's see. Those might look better. Let's choose these dark ones and see how they look. Because they're going to be forward facing, I think they'll look better than some of the other ones because they're darker. So I really like those green ones. And there's the purple. So I like those two. I'm gonna trim the T-bar a little bit so those eyes can pop up and not be looking down. So let's do that really quick. So we didn't trim it too much, and I don't want to since I haven't been asked to. I just want to do it a little bit so those eyes are not looking down. But I think that looks really good. So let's put her together and see how she looks when she's all together, and we can send a photo to her owner. Now I have the new body here, and I'm going to put a little rubber band around the neck to firm it up a little. That rubber band was pretty small, so I'm going to grab another one and put that one on too. And then this big hair. My only issue with the hair is I think it's going to need to be glued on. I haven't been given instructions on that, so we will have to ask her owner what she wants to do about that. But for now, we can at least put the doll together. So the body's not a perfect match, and I actually was dealing with a customer this week talking bodies and matching, and it's pretty impossible to get a body that matches exactly to your doll. So the best thing you can do is choose the best one you can, and that's about all you can do. So anyway, so this is how her scalp is going to go on. But it's going to have to be glued. So again, I'm going to talk to her owner about that. Could take a day or so for that to dry. But let's check her eyes and make sure they're working. So I need to talk to her owner about the eyelids being painted. And maybe she doesn't care if they're painted. We'll have to see. And then gluing and see about that. And potentially even beading. I don't know if she wants beads on the strings or not. So I'm feeling some resistance here on the strings, so I don't know what's going on there. So we probably should have tested that before we put the screws in. So let's take her apart and see why that's happening. All right, so it's working without the body. So if the body is hitting the mech, which it looks like that's probably the issue right there, we need to cut off that top. Let's see if regular scissors will do it. So I think that ought to work. Let's try it. All right, so that was the problem. So we've got her working again, and we just need to talk with our owner about gluing on the scalp and the eyelashes. So this type of scalp should sort of fit down inside there. There has been glue on it in the past, so we'll have to see how well we can get that down in there. But then she is done with her giant hair. So anyway, I hope you had fun watching this tutorial. I hope it gave you some ideas, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.